said if I film this video, then people will actually listen to what I have to say about OCD and anxiety, but here we go. The biggest mistake people make with OCD and anxiety is they try to get rid of the thoughts and feelings, which makes sense because they're terrible. It's like, no, I can't think that, I can't feel that. We try to disprove them. The thing is, the more you try to get rid of the thoughts and feelings, the more it tells your brain that they're a danger. The thing that actually causes OCD and anxiety is when your brain memorizes there's a danger. When it finds that thing that it's like, if that thing happened, that'd be the worst thing in the entire world. Then your brain thinks it has to always make you think about it, feel negative emotions towards it, and convince you that it's real. Make sure you always treat it like a danger and try to protect yourself from it. So when you try to get rid of the thoughts and feelings, it just tells your brain, wow, they must be a danger, or else I wouldn't be trying so hard to get rid of them. It's going to cause all those things even more and more thoughts and feelings. So ERP says that you just have to accept the thoughts and feelings. So if you can't try to get rid of them, you just have to accept them and just maybe not, maybe that awful fear is true. That's terrible. Like, no one wants to do that. So instead, the best of both worlds, the way that you cannot try to get rid of the thoughts and feelings, which makes it worse, but you also don't have to just accept them, is first realizing that you've never suffered from an OCD thought or feeling, because instead you've actually suffered from the meaning that you've given them. When you have that what if or that awful scary image in your head, it's just words or it's just a picture. That alone can't make you suffer. But when you give it the meaning of, oh, because I'm thinking this way, that means it's true. That means I am this awful person. That means this thing's gonna happen. That's what makes you suffer. So instead, you want to change the meaning of the thoughts and feelings so that even when you have those worst thoughts and feelings, instead of viewing it as this terrible thing that means something terrible, instead you can change how you're viewing them so that it becomes either nothing to you or so it actually becomes something that supports the life that you want. If even the worst thoughts and feelings getting triggered can just make you more confident, more free, and you become unstoppable. And one example of this is realizing you can rewire your brain. You can train your brain to believe certain things in a way that you can be confident of it in the future. The best way to do that is by saying, I don't care how I think, how I feel, I don't care what the evidence is, or needing to prove something. Instead, I'm just going to decide to believe that thing. And every time you decide to trust or believe something with your mind, regardless of what your brain is saying to you, and you're memorizing that belief a little bit more. When you have a negative thought or feeling and you go, oh, that's just a reminder of what I want to train my brain to believe instead. If you have harm OCD, then every time that thought gets triggered, you can go, oh, that's just a reminder for me to train my brain to believe that I'll always have control over my actions and nothing can take that control away. Because in that way, every time you have that harm thought, it's just a reminder of, oh, I've memorized these fears that are lies. Instead, I can memorize the truth. Who cares what I'm thinking or feeling right now? I just want to practice deciding what I want to believe so that I can memorize it into my brain in the future. And in that way, you can welcome even the worst thoughts and feelings because it's like, oh, great, go ahead and remind me of how my brain has been programmed and instead how I want to program my brain and what I want to memorize instead. Go ahead and remind me that I want to practice believing that new thing because that's the brain I want. Who cares what patterns of lies my brain's memorized with this OCD right now?